You're tuned in to Right Eye Radio, right here on Spreaker, opening your mind to thought-provoking conversation every show. Now, here's your host, Sailor
Hello.
Cooper.
Good evening. Welcome to another episode of Right Eye Radio. My name is Tyler Evans, and Sailor Cooper is your host as well. Today, we're going to talk about programs for people with disabilities that benefit them. And specifically, the two programs we're going to discuss are SSI and SSDI.
That's right.
And we'll go into details as to what those stand for and what those mean.
All right, yes, that's right. Thank you for the introduction, Tyler. Yes, my name is Sailor Cooper. Welcome to another episode. It's finally almost Thanksgiving. It's been really cold out there, but before you know it, it's going to be Christmas. Yay!
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, I can't believe it.
Oh, that'll be really
flies,
good.
You know?
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Flies so fast.
I mean, I was just saying, I remember 2018 beginning, and now it's almost ending.
Yeah, almost over. Can't believe it. Yeah.
So, anyway.
Well, anyway, what we're going to talk about today, like you said, we're going to talk about different programs available, because if you're disabled and can't work any longer, if you're having a hard time finding work, there are government programs that you can apply for to supplement your income while you're not able to work. So we're going to talk about those. We're going to talk about how to qualify for those programs and the restrictions, and the advantages and disadvantages of both programs. So, as you know, the Social Security Administration is a federal government program that was created in 1934, I believe. Yeah.
It was 35.
35, yeah. And basically, it helps people save for retirement and helps support people with disabilities. There's, of course, when you're born, you get a Social Security number, and also if a person who becomes a resident from another country can also apply for a Social Security number before getting citizenship. So that's what Social Security is. Now, Social Security, they administer two basic programs for people with disabilities. There is SSI, which is Supplemental Security Income. That's what it stands for. And there's SSDI, which is Social Security Disability Insurance. Now, a lot of people, get SSI and SSDI mixed up. People think that the SSI money comes from the Social Security Administration, which it doesn't. SSI comes from the U.S. Treasury Department. Now, it is administered by the Social Security Administration. Social Security administers the program. They help you, they take your application, they help you go through the process, you do the interview and whatnot, but the money comes from the U.S. Treasury Department, and it's basically general tax revenues from the government. You don't have to have any earnings to have SSI. Now, Tyler, can you tell people the main differences between SSI and SSDI?
I sure can. Basically, SSDI is a program that it's like you pay into the program throughout your working life. It's like Social Security, but it's specifically for disability, like for people who have disabilities. Like you can get it even with cancer. Like if you have cancer, you're automatically qualified for it.
Right.
Because my mom had breast cancer, and she immediately qualified for everything. Medicaid, like immediately.
Yeah, and also SSDI, yes, basically that program is designed, it's a safety net for people after years of paying into the system, they become too sick or ill to work any longer. And basically, to get SSDI throughout your professional career, you pay into the system to receive SSDI eventually. Basically, when every time you get a paycheck, you look at your check stub, you'll see the amount in there that is taken out towards your contribution to the Social Security Administration. And basically, the federal government looks at two main principles for you to qualify. One, do you have a disability? Whether it's an injury, illness, or disability which is permanent, like blindness, that could prevent you from working at least 12 months. Also, the government looks at have you made enough quarter credits, or said another way, have you paid enough into the system to get benefits out of the system? I think you have to have like at least 40 quarter credits to receive Social Security disability insurance. And the max you can get of SSDI, I believe it's like over $2,000 a month, right?
It's like $2,600.
$2,600, yeah.
Give or take.
It's the only
but
way.
You can work and get SSDI. My mom works. She works at a restaurant. She gets tips, but she still gets SSDI.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but she just doesn't get a whole lot of it.
No, I see. Yeah.
She gets about $6 something a month. It's fixing to be $808 a month though in January.
Yeah, and SSDI basically you get Medicare. You automatically get Medicare with SSDI as well. And also, now tell us
my mom doesn't get Medicare.
Why?
She gets Medicaid.
Why not? Why Medicaid? Why not Medicare?
Because she already gets Medicaid. Now they did send her a letter in the mail saying that they were taking out $134 for Medicare for some reason, but she already has Medicaid. So it's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Yeah, but a general rule of thumb, basically, if you're on SSDI, you'll get Medicare. Now, Medicaid, you'll get when you get on SSI. Now, I'll go ahead and talk about what SSI is.
Well, wait a minute. My mom, she has Medicaid, but doesn't get SSI.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And also, young adults can get SSDI. Let's say they paid into it for a while and they get it.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Young adults can get it too.
And now they won't get Medicare because they're not old enough.
Unless they're disabled.
Well, unless they have end-stage renal disorder.
Yeah,
that's the only way. That's the only way you can get Medicare at a young age.
Yeah, certain people with disabilities can get Medicare. And now, okay, I'll go ahead and talk about what SSI is.
Okay.
SSI, excuse me, SSI, as I stated before, is a federal supplement program that has nothing to do with if you've worked or not. You don't have to have any earnings to get SSI. And basically, what you have to be age 65, blind, or have another disability to get it. And the difference is it's only available for certain financial thresholds. Basically, the max you can get, it varies per state. It varies by state. In Texas, the last time I checked, I think it was $733. I think dollars a month.
It's 750.
It's going to go up because of the COLA, the cost of living adjustment, the COLA. But yeah, it's $753, right?
750 right now.
Yes, yeah, and basically that's what SSI is now. You unfortunately, with SSI you have to walk straight and narrow because you can't have any assets or resources over $2,000, which I honestly I think it's absolutely ridiculous. You know, who can live under $2,000, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why they do that, but I think they should raise the resource limit of SSI, and also your income can't be more than like $750 a month as well. And
No, that's
what?
it can't be more than about 1,500.
Yeah. Well, no. Well, I don't
You
get
can
SSI. I don't get
SSI
SSI now because I don't get SSI now because
Right.
my income is more than my income's like $1,300 a month now. But SSI basically it's a needs-based program. It's designed to its goal is to provide money to meet basic needs for food, clothing, and shelter. Now, with SSI, you won't get Medicare. A general rule of thumb is you'll get Medicaid. Now, in many states, when you apply for SSI, you'll automatically get Medicaid. Now, it doesn't happen in all states. For instance, in Illinois, when you apply for SSI in Illinois, you have to apply for Medicaid separately. And as I said before, you cannot have any resources, including stocks, bonds, and stuff, over $2,000. Also, well, what you can have is there are some resources that don't count, like equipment you need to go and work with. Also, you can own one vehicle. You can have one vehicle in your name as long as it's used for everyday purposes, regardless of its value. And also, like school stuff, like scholarships and stuff, awards, school awards, those don't count towards your resources with SSI. What else can you tell everyone about SSI?
Well, right now, the max is $750 a month in Texas. It's fixing to go up to $771.
Because of the COLA, the cost of living adjustment.
Yep. And another thing, there is a program for certain people called a representative payee program.
Yeah.
That's for people who are unable to or incapable of managing their own funds.
And basically, Social Security will appoint a representative payee, and like the Social Security will disperse the funds to that payee, and the payee will decide how to use those funds for the beneficiary.
Now, the money is still yours.
Yeah.
Even if you have a payee, it doesn't matter. It's still yours.
Like
it's not theirs. It's yours.
Because you have a payee.
Well, I have a payee because I'm still at home, and even if I moved, I would probably still let Dad take care of the rent and stuff. Like,
yeah.
if I were my own payee with Social Security, I'd have to do the exact same thing Dad does. It wouldn't be any different.
Yeah.
It'd be the exact same thing.
Also, SSI, how they calculate the the amount that you'll get It's based on your living arrangements. Basically, the max you'll get the maximum amount if you do pay like your own groceries. If you live in like Section 8 subsidized housing, or also say like if you live in someone else's household, but you do pay your share of rent. In other words, you write a check to the main person of the household, you pay them, and that will increase your benefits too. And also, but of course, if you don't pay your fair share, you will get less SSI. Now, the minimum amount of money of SSI that you can get is $1.
Wait, $1 a month?
That's the minimum, yeah.
Wow. Well, the reason, like, every month, basically, most of my SSI can't stay in my account, because if it did, I wouldn't get it anymore, because it would build and build and build.
Yeah, and you see, if you're wondering how I know if it builds, is basically first they'll ask for your bank information, and of course, if you deny them permission to contact your financial institution, you won't get it. Now, periodically, they will do a review to see if you're still eligible for SSI.
Mm-hmm.
But you see, I need really to say this. SSI is not a program to live on permanently. It's only enough to meet basic needs.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there are people
You gotta find this.
Do what?
I find this kind of funny. I don't know why.
Well, some people live on SSI for the rest of their life.
They do?
Yeah.
Yeah. But again, because of its availability, because of its limited resource and income that you can get, it's not good, to live on for the rest of your life. It's only enough to supplement you. It's a needs-based program, and so, in other words, all the listeners out there, you just can't rely on it the rest of your life. You can't be lazy. You have to go out there and work and contribute to society.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, who says you have to make money to contribute?
What?
I mean, just living your life in your own small way is contributing.
Yeah.
Writing books is contributing.
Yeah.
Going to church.
Oh yeah. But, yeah. So because you've been getting SSI for a long time.
Yeah, I've gotten it ever since I was 16.
Yeah, I don't get SSI anymore because I'm working, which is good. I don't need SSI.
Well, you don't need it.
No, yeah. So, yeah. Okay. So now, tell everyone, what is the process of applying for these programs? Because I know unfortunately, the process is long, complicated, and miserable. Basically, the federal government makes you jump through a lot of hoops to get those programs. Tell us on how people can apply for them.
Well, you go to your local Social Security office, and you just have to fill out a whole bunch of paperwork.
Yeah.
Or get your parent or guardian or whomever to do all that for you. And that's what my dad did. I went with him to Social Security before.
Yeah. And
whenever I was like 16, but I didn't do any of the paperwork. He did all that.
And tell us about food stamps. Food stamps and
basically, food stamps, it's technically not called that anymore. It's called the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program.
SNAP.
And basically what it does, they give you like this, what's called a Lone Star card, where they put so much money on it every month, and that's where you can buy food. But you can only buy like healthy foods, like at the store and stuff. Like you can't go out and like buy fast food or any of that.
Like vegetables and stuff?
Yeah, like vegetables, fresh foods, like maybe some chicken. You could probably buy some canned products too, but
How come I can only buy that and not fast food?
Because it's not meant for that.
Oh.
Fast food's not considered a necessity.
No. It's a want, it's not a need.
Now, there are some people who are so poor they only live on fast food because that's all they can afford.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's what the SNAP program's for.
And what's TANF? TANF, cash help, what's that one?
Temporary assistance for needy programs. For needy families.
Program? What is it?
It's temporary assistance for needy families. That's like another program that's like food stamps, I guess, where you get cash from the government to help out with like needs. But that's for like people who aren't disabled, I think, but who are poor.
Is it administered by the Social Security Administration?
I'm not sure if it is or not. I'm pretty sure it is. But I don't even think it's called TANF anymore.
What is it?
I'm not exactly sure, but I think it's called something else.
Oh, okay. I see. Yeah.
But I'm not 100% sure.
Well, so what else could you tell everyone about these programs?
Well, we mentioned Medicaid.
Medicare, yeah.
Medicaid is a joint state and federal program that helps the poor and people with disabilities to obtain health insurance. And it's through taxpayer dollars. So basically you get free health care. Like when you go to the doctor, Medicaid is charged instead of you.
Right.
And you don't pay anything for your medicine or doctor visits. However, Medicaid only pays for basic stuff. They don't cover they don't cover certain things. Like when I went to the dentist back in August, they didn't cover my deep cleaning. They only covered the basic cleaning and fillings. That's it.
Oh.
They didn't cover like the deep cleaning I had to get done. My dad had to pay $400.
Wow.
For me to get that done. Now, when I go to the dentist again, assuming I don't have to have another deep cleaning and I just have basic cleaning done, they'll pay for it.
Wow.
And fillings and stuff. Now, Medicaid will pay for really urgent stuff, like surgery for cancer, like what my mom had done. They'll pay for, really urgent stuff, like maybe emergencies and stuff, but they're not going to pay for like certain things because certain things are deemed optional coverage.
Right. Yeah.
Like they don't pay for 90-day supply for medicine. They only pay for 30-day supply for prescriptions. That's it.
Yeah.
They don't pay for anything else.
Well,
they pay for lab work. They pay for doctor visits and stuff.
Yeah. And also, one note, if you are working and making too much money and you don't get SSI anymore, you can still get Medicaid as a disabled worker, which I do.
Yeah, but isn't it at a point where, like, you can only get Medicaid up to a certain amount of money? Is that right?
No.
It's not?
No.
Okay. Because I was thinking that you have, like, if you make too much money, you won't get Medicaid.
Maybe if you make a whole lot of money, you won't get Medicaid, but otherwise you will.
But at the same time, maybe Medicaid for people with disabilities is different than just Medicaid for those who are poor.
Yes, it is. Yeah, it is different. And that's the case with people with disabilities. If you're working, you can still get Medicaid.
Right.
Yeah.
My dad was saying that there's no limit on how much you can make if you are on Medicaid and you're disabled. So I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not or what.
I don't know if you noticed when you visit a Social Security office, representatives, they'll say I'm Mr. and Mrs. in the last name. not Mrs. Miss. I'll say I'm Mr. or Miss Crawford, Mr. Dan, for instance. They don't say their first name. I wonder why. Do you notice that?
I think it's just customary.
Do you notice that?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Now, when I called my insurance, they mentioned their first name.
Yeah.
Medicaid.
Yeah.
They're really nice on the phone. The people are.
Yeah. Yeah, but just the listeners out there, this information is very helpful, but you don't want to be a low-income person the rest of your life. You want to make some good money,
Yeah. And maybe one day, you and I can possibly start on a little gig, a little business or something.
Ooh, SSI. What?
I think, I really hope, like you and I have been discussing, possibly writing a memoir.
Yeah.
Maybe we can write a memoir about our lives, about how we're both blind.
Mm-hmm.
And how we've overcome obstacles and stuff. And we could write it together.
Yeah, we're going to do that.
Yeah, that'd be fun. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that works, and maybe we can publish the memoir and get some people to buy it, and who knows? Maybe start a little business doing that. I don't know.
Yeah.
But we just need prayer.
We need prayer, yeah.
And hopefully everything will work out. And heck, if we can make a lot of money doing our thing, doing this as we like to do as podcasters, then great.
Yeah, we'll do it. Well,
because we love doing it.
Yeah, I hope everyone found the show informative tonight about government programs.
Absolutely. And if you need help, don't hesitate to get help from your local office. More importantly, feel free to talk to your church, synagogue, mosque, Buddhist temple, whatever religion you are, to reach out to them and say, hey, well, I need some help. Can you help with like food and stuff? Because they can help too.
They sure can.
And yeah, we hope you found this show informative, and we look forward to doing another one soon.
Look forward to it too.
All right.
Thanks so much for tuning in. Good night, everyone.
Pretty cool, huh? And you are